Last year, more firefighters around the country died from suicide than died from fighting fires. And between the stigma of mental health issues and the lack of access to specialized resources here in Oklahoma, we have to ask, who rescues the rescuers? When the smoke rises, when the car crashes, when the rescue is needed, they are there. Steve Lumry was one who volunteered to serve.
Used to, when you came in the fire service, it was all about sacrifice, and you just pretty much knew that you were probably going to get injured, could potentially be disabled, or even, be killed in the line of duty.
Lumry retired from the fire service after 3 decades. He now heads up the Oklahoma State Firefighters Association and knows all too well the physical and emotional stress every firefighter faces.
Don't typically like to talk about them, but there's always, matter of fact, I was talking to somebody the other day, relaying a situation that when I was a fairly new firefighter, that it doesn't take much for me to flash back to that point and think about it, and and I try to make sure I stay awake long enough I don't dream about it.
Each ride leaves its mark, some good, some bad. And being a firefighter doesn't provide your brain any special protection from repeated exposure to traumatic events.
As you go through your career, things kind of build up, and some people reach the breaking point.
What I call an emotional injury.
For more than 20 years, Teddy Wilson has served as chaplain for the Oklahoma City Fire Department.
And it's very painful for the negative stuff, the hurtful things, the sights that you can't unsee, the smells you can't unsmell. But once you process it properly, then you can deal with it. We deal with post-traumatic stress every day.
Chaplain Wilson says the biggest challenge is getting firefighters to ask for help, especially those times when their best just doesn't seem enough.
Yeah, we call it coulda, shoulda, wouldas, and all you do is chase your tail.
Oklahoma City has led the way in mental health care for its firefighters. Its roots, like so many in this city, can be traced back to the Murrah bombing. But
most cities do not have an employees assistance program. Many towns don't even have a mental health professional.
And Wilson says even when counselors are around, there's a severe lack of professionals with the specialized training needed to help firefighters and first responders. It could be years before symptoms of the exposure to traumatic events begin to show. You see, while in the firehouse, firefighters have an outlet to work through these emotional experiences.
You may not lay your feelings on the table, but you can express it and get it out in a way that, the guys around you can help you deal with.
Once retired, that support can fade. But Lumry says it is still just a call away to the firehouse, to the association, or even to larger departments like Oklahoma City.
All suicides are preventable if we can get to them early enough.
Reaching out for mental health assets or help is just like getting out of the fire that you're trapped in. Let's bust the door open and let's get you out of there, because there's help on the other side of the wall. We just got to get you out of there. We got to know where you are.
Here are some of the signs that you might notice if you or a loved one is experiencing post-traumatic stress. Displaced anger. Lumry says a common reaction is getting angrier than you should at minor events, or depression and withdrawal, or finding excuses to avoid going out with friends or family. And Chaplain Wilson says another concern is self-medicating, whether it be drinking, drugs, or even gambling. Now, if the past is any indicator, there are probably a couple of firefighters out there right now who are wondering if it's worth it to keep going. Help is available. We've put more information about how you can get to that help on our website. Just go to okcfox.com. Phil Cross, Fox 25 News.